Hey everyone, Shaedow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So this is Act 6, and this is quest number 2. And you can see the team that I've gone in here with. And I'm going to show you the path that I think is the easiest path, and I can't take credit for it. This is my first time through. So I went ahead and looked at videos by Seaton, by Hobbitcrom, and they had already gone through it, and they suggested this path, and it seems to be the easiest path after looking at the other paths there. Alright, so you're looking at the global node, so this is something that you guys are going to have to deal with throughout this entire quest. You've got special delivery. That's basically a combo meter, and you need to throw a special before the combo meter expires. Alright, so you've got 15, you can hit 15 times, launching a special is going to reset it. That you will see later I forgot about and took a lot of damage, because if you don't fire a special off, you're going to take a degen that is equal to 100% of the defender's attack over 4 seconds. And you will see it happen. Alright, so I'm fighting here Black Widow. She evaded, so that's nice. So I want to try to get that evade mission, and I got it there. And then she just starts hammering. Oh, I'm like, what in the world? What is going on here? I don't know what happened. She got mad or something that I got that evade mission done. But as you can see, it didn't really do a whole lot of damage. This Black Widow, her PI is pretty low. She's just a gateway defender here. So, not a big deal. Now, other than special delivery, the other global node that you're going to have to deal with is called Combo Party. So, for every 10 hits on your combo meter, you're going to gain a permanent cruelty buff. Sounds good, right? Each buff gives you 500 crit damage rating extra. Awesome, right? But when you get hit, all the cruelty buffs that you got up to that point are gone. And it'll take 40% of the defender's attack and do damage to you for each cruelty buff that was removed that way. So that means the higher your combo, the more damage you're going to do, and the worse it will be for you if you get hit. Alright, so basically try to keep track of the combo meter. You can see it right there. I'm at 10 right now, right? And if I lose track of it, see it's down to 7, if I lose track of it, I will take damage. So I've got 3 right now, and I need to fire off a special. I didn't, and you see, I'm taking that degen. Alright, so the degen wasn't horrible, but you don't want to keep taking that degen. And I was able to take him out with my special. That's why I didn't really want to fire that special off, because I'm like, well, I could fire the special 1, avoid the degen, but then I'll lose out on my special 2 damage. So I decided to do that. Now, you're going to notice that I look at each of the defenders here. I look at their buffs, because what I noticed is that, yes, you have the global node, and you normally have one other linked node here, and then you have one that is a local node. And that local node often is very customized to the defender. It enhances them in some way. So it's nice to see what that is so that you can kind of be prepared. Alright, so here you see I'm degenning again because I wanted to fire off that special 2. I took the degen, and to me it was worth it. Now if I was lower health maybe, and I was with a champion that would die if I didn't, then it might not be worth it. I'm also running suicides. So firing off specials, I'm going to take damage anyway. So may as well make my special worth it, I say. Now, next up, I'm fighting Wasp. And this fight is not very pretty. Alright, so you see the bubble shield and the unblockable. Alright, so all her specials are unblockable. The bubble shield, that is the path that I chose. That's the linked node buff. And all that means is that the more they hit into your block, you build up a charge. And when you get to, I believe, 10 charges, their attacks become unblockable. Ugly. Okay, so you see I'm already taking quite a bit of damage. And just watch how much damage I take. See? Her attack went unblockable. She didn't break my block. It went unblockable because she hit into my block too many times. So, for this path, you want to be careful about letting them hit into your block. And that includes parries, I believe. So, as you can see, I was not worried about shock. I'm like, okay, I got this. You know, Corvus is shock immune. But all that damage I took had nothing to do with shock. So, this is something that you just have to play around. It's not hard. But again, this is the first time I'm going in here. So this is the first time I'm experiencing any of this. This is my practice. Okay? But anyway, this Luke Cage, he has unblockable finale. I do not like unblockable finale. I really don't. But if you can put a degen on them or a damage over time or something like that, you can sort of play around needing to intercept and all that good stuff towards the end. You don't have to. If you're good at intercepting or playing stun immune style, it works just fine. All right? So now I'm in the corner already. And so I said, you know what? I need to fight my way out of this corner. Being in that corner with Luke Cage, not a good idea. All right, so there you go. I fired off my special. I noticed a little too late that the combo meter was going down there and that I needed to fire off the special. So I did it too late, and you saw that he blocked it. Okay, so I'm watching now, and see, I have to throw the special to reset the timer. But fortunately, I did get that dot on him, but now he's unblockable thanks to unblockable finale. So now I got to play keep away, and like I was telling you, got to do those intercepts, which I hate, bait out his specials, and he goes down. That time it worked out pretty well. Sometimes it does not work out very well at all for me. I can do it, but I'm really not used to fighting that style. Need more practice. Alright, so next up we have got MODOK. Now I've got two people that I can use against this MODOK. I've got Captain America Infinity War and Corvus. And you saw what you have to deal with here. That explosive personality, rough. You don't want to hit into his block. So, of course, with his auto block and his shield, normally the way you fight him is hitting into his block a lot. He has low block proficiency. But you can't do that here. So you see what I'm doing here, and that's pretty much my strategy for the entire fight. Okay, parry, heavy, wash, rinse, and repeat. When he gets his special, back off and evade it. Now I'm going to try something here, and you're going to see that it didn't work out too well. Okay, suddenly I don't know how to parry, but that's fine. Okay, do that, boom, and you see, he blocked it. I really hate that. And I took recoil damage, but no good return. Alright, so he hit into my block enough time so he went unblockable. That's what happened there. And it kind of threw me off, threw my timing off, but I got back on my feet, and I'm back into my rhythm here, back to the strategy that I was going with from the beginning. All right, so now I've got this here again, another special 2. So this time, watch this. Okay, so what happened is he has an auto block. You can tell from an icon up at the top, a little shield with a blue around it. So when that auto block is up, that's going to block, and then if you try to do something else, it's into his shield. So what I did was I first hit him so that he auto blocked, and then I backed off. Once the auto block was down, which is down for a little bit, now I could parry him and hit him with my special and he wouldn't block. That's what I should have done the first time, but you know, it is what it is. You live and learn. I'm still learning to play Captain America Infinity War, and that's something that I never had to really worry about with MODOK. So we were able to get him down. Now we're facing this Sentinel, and if you know how to fight Sentinels, this one shouldn't be too much of a problem. So I decided to go ahead and take in Captain America Infinity War here, and you'll see I'm following a very similar strategy that I used against MODOK. So parry and a heavy, and he's not building up his analysis charges, as you see. Now I've seen videos of folks fighting him a little bit differently, and it works as well. I've seen them evade his special 1 and then very quickly fire off a light attack so that you're not getting him to build up his analysis charges. And it's beautiful to watch, but I wasn't about to try that here. I stuck with a basic strategy, and as you see, it worked. Now we are here to the final boss. Now this boss can be a pain, and this is why I brought Nebula. All right, but here's what you have to deal with: aggressive armor, okay, spry, that EMP modification. So he's very similar to the variant Ultron, but I think he's much easier. All right, you see, you have to deal with Spite. You got the backup recovery. You guys can read that and see what you got to deal with. So what I normally do with bosses like this is I'll go in with someone that I'm not expecting to beat them with. Okay, I'm not expecting to beat him with Blade. Sometimes that happens, and the person that I choose does much better than I thought. But I try to go in with someone that I don't think is going to do it, so that I can just get used to fighting. All right, so you can see already I had already forgotten completely about the global node and all this other good stuff, and I tried to get a special 2 off. That's all I really wanted to do, was to just get one special 2 on him to do a little damage before I went down. But as you saw, he evaded it, and that was pretty much it for me. A lot of shock damage, but I was expecting that. All right, so now I'm like, okay, I can go in with Corvus, I can go in with Starkey, but I said, no, let me try Captain America Infinity War. All right, see what kind of damage we can do. Maybe we can get off a special 2 and get some, good damage on him before we go down. Again, not expecting to actually take him out with Captain America Infinity War. Nebula is the one that I brought in for this fight. So I just want to go in with the rest of them and see what I can do. The more health that I can take down, the easier it'll be for the rest, okay? So you see there, got a good one in there. And like I said, I knew that that was already too far. He was going to go ahead and get his special 3 and it would be over. But I did do what I set out to do, and that was do some damage and get that special 2 off. It would have been nice if it did even more damage. All right, so now I'm like, okay, I think I have a good handle on this fight. So it's time to go ahead and bring in Nebula. I could have softened Ultron up even more, but I just grew impatient. and I wanted to get this over with and done. All right, so the basic strategy that I was following here for Nebula is I wanted to build up the shock charges. Okay, she builds up those shock charges, she can shut them down. I don't have a Proxima, so I have to build them up the hard way. And you saw he was starting to tag me, which happens a lot because I'm trying to build up the shock charges, and that heavy sometimes comes out of nowhere. Alright, so I went ahead and parried him, fired off the special 2, and you see the damage that it can do. Lovely. So now I'm like, alright, that was some good damage, and what I need to do now is get another one of those off if I can. Alright, so I'm trying to build them up here, and what I try to do makes it a little bit easier. Instead of trying to build up the poise charges, I mean not the poise charges, but to build up the shock charges right away, you want to try to be close to a special 2 just in case you accidentally parry them, because that happens. Okay, so I'm in the corner here, and I'm like, okay, I just got 2 more shock charges before I'm maxed out. She maxes out at 20. Alright, so I'm maxed out now, so I'm like, okay, now I just got to get a parry on him. Alright, so boom, there's the parry, there's the special 2, boom, look at that damage. And it's lights out. So that's going to do it, guys. Not a hard fight if you have Nebula. Medusa also works. And I know there's a few other counters that you can do as well. Alright, so click like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. And you guys have a blessed day.